declared after all the ballots are counted, all the votes are counted. That'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of it. Like almost everything else he talks about. He does not.
Get out of my way. Okay. What you gotta do is you gotta bring the needle down in a stabbing motion.
We spend billions of dollars on floods, hurricanes, rising seas. We're in real trouble. What's happened just in the Midwest where these storms come through and wipe out entire sections of counties in Iowa? That didn't happen before. They're because of global warming.
All right, yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you, please?
Okay, all right, okay. Everybody saw what we saw. It was an absolute and total and complete mogging by Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you, I'm going to start off by saying that I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm angry at CNN. There were a bunch of people like Charlie Kirk and Breaking Points and others who didn't stream because CNN demanded that we not do that. I'll never do that again. I'll fight him in court. I'll fight him in court. You have my guarantee that'll never ever happen again. Like we told you exactly what it is. We'll show you all the emails. CNN said they'd come for our channel, but there are people who like Tim Pool who streamed through it. I don't know what'll happen, but anyway, that was the right choice. It is what it is. We were honest with you about what was going on. Everybody was saying this was what was going on. And so Megyn Kelly, a bunch of other channels, left-wing channels, right-wing channels, center channels, they got intimidated by CNN, and we're never going to do that again. So I'm just going to start off the top. However, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. Look, from the very second Donald Trump walked on stage, from the second Donald Trump entered the arena, just a mogging of Joe Biden. Look at the man go. Look at him go. Like walking up, such confidence, such ability to just command the stage. Joe Biden, on the other hand, walking in like he has a pocket catheter in, like he has an enema. What is this? Saying he's looking like he's tracing breadcrumbs. I've never seen anybody so cooked as Joe Biden. Joe Biden was cooked, baby. It's finished. It's done. And this is what everybody's saying. We're going to go through all of it right now. We're going to have a bunch of analysis in the morning, but we have to jump in. We have to go in. Okay, starting with this. Everybody's saying Joe Biden needs to be replaced right now. No, there's not a single person on planet Earth saying that Joe Biden is someone, and I know you shouldn't read Drudge Report anymore, like because Drudge Report is completely sold out. I don't understand. We don't read Drudge Report, but this is the screenshot that's going around. Mumble in the jungle is some of the headlines about Joe Biden. It's done. It's done. I'm beyond. It's beyond my ability to not think that Dr. Jill Biden. Yeah, first off, I think we've confirmed that Dr. Jill Biden not a real doctor, and two, that she should be criminally prosecuted for elder abuse. There's no doubt in my mind. You got to criminally prosecute. You got to now go after these people. This is elder abuse. This is elder abuse.
Everyone from the United Nations Security Council, straight through to the G7, to the Israelis and Netanyahu himself, have endorsed the plan I put forward.
What are you talking about?
Not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
I have no idea what he said. I don't know.
China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved.
So this is a weird moment. This is one of those strange moments. Do you hear that weird gurgle sound? Many people are saying that Joe Biden might have used his adult diapers here.
On China.
Listen to this.
He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved.
Ugh, yuck. Okay, all right. More.
We, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence who were not members of the Paris Accord.
What are you talking? What you see? Like, do you see like Donald Trump looking look at Donald Trump's face? What are you talking about, dude? What are you saying?
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden.
We finally beat Medicare. All right, hold on. I think we have the Donald Trump response to
We
that.
need
Actually,
to do child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with
Trump. Look at him.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on.
I just can't believe how poorly this went. We always predicted that this would go really, really badly, but it is unfathomable what is happening right now. Because what is happening right now, I got to show you this from like sort of across the internet, is this. This is what the pollsters now say about the presidential election. So who's going to win the presidential election? This is what it looks like in real time. This is the change delta. This is what it looks like in real time, with Donald Trump shooting skyward and Joe Biden collapsing through the center of the earth. This is what leftists are saying now. The leftists are now openly explaining that there's no chance that Biden's watch.
There's a conversation happening inside Biden's circle, and certainly a much more frank conversation happening inside the Democratic coalition. And I think there will be stories of a lot of concern about the performance tonight. And I think when you say conversations happening, what do you mean? I think people are talking. I think the conversations range from whether he should be in this race tomorrow morning to what was wrong with him. I mean, he has a cold.
Whether he should be in this race, says Nicole Wallace, the number one Joe Biden cheerleader on national TV, like to debase herself. Nicole Wallace, should he be in the race? Check out what CNN's saying.
And the American people, be nice to see what the voters say. But I can tell you, it started minutes in. It started with the first couple of answers, and it has continued throughout the night from a, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, to what do we do about this? And it involves very senior people in the Democratic Party, including elected officials, saying we have a problem.
And just to co-sign what John is saying, I mean, the panic that I am hearing from Democrats is not like anything that I have heard in this campaign so far.
The panic I'm hearing from Democrats is unlike anything I have ever heard in this campaign. This is the CNN's new little star reporter. The panic is unlike anything I have ever heard. From the moment they started walking off the stage, John King began saying, it's all over. Like, Democrats are losing their minds.
This was a game-changing debate in the sense that right now, as we speak, there is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists. It involves elected officials. It involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket. And they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? Because they feel this debate was so terrible. They do say in moments in the debate later, the president got better and got his footing, but then at the end, even his closing statement was a little halting.
Ooh, man. The boy is cooked. Check this out. This is a really, really fun feed. This is from a New York Times writer, okay? This guy writes for the New York Times. He says, at the start of the debate, I have a bad feeling about this, how this debate is beginning. Trump is speaking nonsense, okay, but he's projecting energy. Biden is more substantive. Oh, okay. But his voice and his manner is playing into Trump's narrative that he's too old for the job. Check this out, like 5 tweets later. I wish Biden would reflect on this debate performance and then announce his decision to withdraw from the race. So awesome. I wish we could just resign. Would he just please resign now? This is what all the libs are saying. I'd ask anybody in the audience. There is no audience, Joe. Okay, some of the like just the snap reactions here. This is what the money is seeing with Joe Biden dropping out. Chance of Joe Biden dropping out now is at 34%. Okay, according to Polymarket. Not good. Once again, there is a sound of weird gurgle going on the debate stage. Nobody knows. For America saying, did Joe Biden just shart himself? Joe Biden does have a cold. Okay, well he spent the entire week in a retreat. Just a reminder, this is Joe Biden on every drug known to man. This is Joe Biden on every pill they could possibly shove into and onto him. This is Joe Biden after a week of rest. This is what you get. This was what you get. This was the best. This was the best you could get. I mean, you're talking a week of rest. When was the last time you heard a president get a week of rest? This is the perfect split screen of this debate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm personally quite angry that we didn't stream this debate. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Unfortunately, we were threatened, and that'll never happen again. Joe Biden is completely done. Now, Jason Miller saying it is structurally impossible for Democrats to swap out Joe Biden and replace him with another candidate. So how would you do that exactly? Because Joe Biden just already won all of the Democrat primaries. So what exactly would you do? Like declare him incompetent? This is what they're saying. Okay, so this is the front page of Drudge Report. Operation Replace Biden, Dems scramble, 130 days to go. Debate catastrophe. What the hell was he looking at the whole time? Did you notice that? Did you notice Joe Biden just like glaring and staring the entire debate? What was he looking at exactly? Complete and total defeat. He'll be replaced very, very soon. Oh, man. Oh, man. Greg Gutfeld had some absolute bangers tonight. This is a travesty. Dems should be ashamed of themselves for this. Okay, stop this. Democrats have their answer. Tomorrow morning, they make the decision. This is horrifying. This is after a week of preparation to make us feel sorry for Joe. Is this the strategy? There's no other way to look at this other than this was them setting up Joe Biden. This was them finally pushing Joe Biden into the garbage compactor. There's no other way to look at this. If we learned one thing today, is that Jill is not a real doctor. This is the perfect commentary here. What the hell was Joe Biden pulling at his ear the entire time? Did you notice that? Anybody else notice that? Joe Biden pulling at his ear. What was that exactly? What was in there? Show us, Joe. What was in there? This is a real photo. It's not doctored. It's not AI. Randy Quaid, awesome actor, posting this. What is this? Why did Joe Biden look so terrified the entire time? Why did Joe Biden look so scared? It's really, really bad. And I guess that the correct answer here is that they were scared. They knew exactly what was at stake. Everybody said it. Joe Biden, if Joe Biden couldn't get through this debate, then he was cooked. Then you're done. This was your last shot. Expect the polls to go up for Donald Trump by 5 points tomorrow. Like the next round of polls is going to show an unbelievable movement towards Donald Trump. This is going to be a route like unlike anything we've ever seen in our lives. Look, I debated Joe 7 times, says Andrew Yang. Remember Andrew Yang? He ran for president. He's a different guy in 2024. Swap Joe out, says the guy who debated Joe Biden, Mr. Democrat Andrew Yang. Hot swap coming. This is a disaster. Okay, saying Jason from the All In podcast. These guys know. They know. They know it's a nightmare. They know it. It was actually really interesting snapshots of Black Twitter. Wasn't great for Joe Biden. Bro, if you're not watching Trump embarrass Joe Biden in this debate, y'all are missing out on pure comedy, says Des Bryant. Gavin Newsom waiting in the wings. Joe Biden did look like this the entire debate. He did. He just like straight up was just staring. Staring. This was published by the New York Times 30 minutes into the debate. 30 minutes. This was the headline I'm hearing high anxiety from Democrats over the debate performance. Oh, man. Oh, boy. It's bad. It's really, really bad out there. Let's continue. Biden will be a one-term president. This from Steve Schmidt. This is the Lincoln Project guy. This from Steve Schmidt. Biden's going to be a one-term president. He still has a chance to watch a Democrat be inaugurated. There's 68 days till the DNC. Drop out. This is what they're saying. They're saying get out. Get out now. Once again, this is really funny. The New York Times guy. Biden's doing a great job. 8 minutes later. I wish Biden would drop out. There's an actress in Hollywood. I've never heard of her. Elaine Barkin. She's now blaming CNN. Okay, so get ready for this one. This is going to be the new line. The new line is going to be that CNN hosted a Trump rally. This is what they're going to say. The new line is going to be that CNN is too pro-Trump. It's just a thing of beauty. Okay, all right. It's just incredible. Okay, so I got new clips. Here we go. I'm going to load them up. We're going to do it live here. Got new clips. Kamala Harris has a response. Oh, you're going to love this one. Okay, here we go. Kamala Harris was just on CNN seconds ago. We're live. We should have been live throughout the entire debate. Again, there's a ton of channels that just weren't. Tim Pool was. He decided he was just going to let it rip. We're going to see. But anyway, again, you live and learn. So this is it. Also, deeply and cruelly unfair to independent creators because all the corporate media channels were allowed to carry this, but yet independent creators couldn't. Just go after yourself, CNN. I get so angry. Here's Kamala Harris on CNN seconds ago. You want to talk about somebody? You want to talk about somebody who, who loves the result of tonight? Kamala Harris, as we have predicted for a long time, Kamala Harris is the person who they're going to swap. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Joe Biden's going to drop out, and they're going to put in Kamala Harris, and they're going to just do this Hail Mary, first black woman president thing. Trust me, they're going to do it. That's what I think. That's where my money's on. Everyone's like, Gavin Newsom. Nope, dude, no. Just Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, right? And then you get your whole DEI. You just get this whole DEI ticket, and you just get to claim all these historic firsts, right? And that's and then Kamala Harris, you pray that Kamala Harris has a honeymoon era while she's in office. But honeymoon over here.
First of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people, on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe Biden is extraordinarily strong. And
but I'm sorry,
that
on substance and policy and performance tonight, I mean, the president's performance tonight clearly was disappointing for his supporters.
Okay. Hey guys, let's get that full thing clipped. This is gonna be great. Look at Kamala Harris nervously twitching at her hair. Let's get the full thing clipped out. This is too good. So, okay, Kristen Welker, you might remember Kristen Welker. Okay, so she's the NBC lady, and she's the one who Vivek mogged, for instance, on the debate stage. And Kristen Welker is somebody who's completely bought and paid for by the Democrat Party, and was a Russiagate collusion hoaxer, and has carried so much water for the Democrat Party. Listen to her tone change tonight.
It's widespread panic among Democrats. I got a number of text messages this evening, Democrats reaching out to say this is difficult to watch. Where does this go from here? One Democratic lawmaker, Tom, going so far as to say this race is effectively over.
Ooh. The race is effectively over. So there was one man who predicted this. There's one dude named Van Jones, and this is an interesting prediction because Van Jones worked with Joe Biden. Van Jones was a guy who was a Obama advisor, and Van Jones, at the outset of this debate, said something that no other Democrat had the cojones to say, which is Joe Biden's done if he doesn't perform here. He's finished. And if he doesn't doesn't knock it out of the park, if he doesn't like man up, right, and just get it up for this debate, Joe Biden's finished, boy. He's cooked. And here's Van Jones's takeaway. So that was a pretty brave thing for a Democrat to say in the weeks leading up to this debate. Here's Van Jones's tune now.
From my heart, I love that guy. That's a good man. He loves his country. He's doing the best that he can. But he had a test to meet tonight to restore confidence of the country and of the base, and he failed to do that. And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to do that. But that was not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's pain of what we saw tonight.
It's pain. It's not just panic. It's literal pain. Listen to them. Listen, you want to know literal pain? I'll show you pain. I'll show you pain. I'll show you what Jill Biden just said. So let's track Jill Biden here, who's truly a witch. Jill Biden is somebody who belongs in prison. I'll say it. I'll say it. Write it up. Jill Biden is the world's #1 foremost elder abuser. Jill Biden knows exactly what was happening with Joe Biden right now. And in fact, you know this because as soon as the debate was over, you probably missed this, depending on where you were watching. When the debate was over, Jill Biden went out and grabbed Joe Biden and dragged him off the stage. Ooh, this is good. They tried not to show this on the camera, but we caught it.
Making their way off the CNN debate stage.
Here, check this out.
Jill Biden, the First Lady, has come out. Former President Trump walking off the stage. The first debate of the 2024 campaign and the earliest presidential debate ever now in the books and in front of the voters. Tonight, along with Aaron Burnett, the first word on what those voters might make of it from our political professionals, from our CNN
dragging him around
and swing state focus.
Look at her dragging him around.
We're talking to surrogates, including
like
Vice
a
President
bag
Harris, getting
of
fact checks from our Daniel
meat.
Dale and new reporting from inside both campaigns. With me here, CNN political commentator Scott Jennings.
Like a bag of meat. And I got the cringiest thing for you. Whew, they'll never show you this one. Oh, man. Oh, did you know that Jill Biden held like a secret little campaign rally with Joe Biden after the debate? And that Jill Biden was trying to like hype up the crowd at how great Joe Biden did. Oh, ooh, baby. Okay. So you're going to have to be taking a lot of pills to be able to pull this one off. Let's go, Jill. Let's go see what your elder abuse has wrought.
Such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lied! Yes.
You answered every question. Dude, what is the bar here? Exactly. What is the bar here? The bar here is that you answered every question? Is that it? That's what you had? You answered every question. And Joe's just standing around, meat muppet, just standing around, looking around, leering as he was leering the entire night. Yeah. Oh boy, man. Oh boy, this guy is cooked. How are they going to spin it? How are they going to spin it? They can't. They let like one Republican on CNN. He's this really limp-wristed, like super soft, super soy Republican. But man, he's having a night. His name's Scott Jennings.
Every single person out here, and I just, the candidacy has fallen. Okay. Man, I know you're speaking from your heart. I'm worried about the president. We should pray for the president. I think his advisors, I think the White House, and I think his family have a lot of explaining to do to their party and to the American people.
Nice. The candidacy has fallen. It's over. It's over is what they're saying. They're saying it's over. And what's amazing is that guy is the token Republican on CNN. What does Joy Reid have to say? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's so fun to go through and to see these reactions, because what you're watching is kind of reminds me of Hillary Clinton election night 2016, and we're getting like, it's getting rolled out in slow motion, and that's what's going to happen for the next 5 months. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. This is why we'll never miss another live stream. We will never miss another live stream. I will never. We did what so many other people did, and we played by the rules, and that's over now. We'll never miss another live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, here we are. This is incredible to watch. We are going to show we are going to be present to catalog all of this. This is not going to be a surprise anymore. Donald Trump will be our next president. The end. Done. Close the book. Donald Trump will be our next president. Watch very closely for who he's going to pick as his VP. And with a really solid VP pick, and he has some good people locked in, Donald Trump will be our next president. But if you wish to actually find if you wish to actually see the true state of your enemy, you have to go to right to the heart, okay? You have to go right to the source of the supply chain, okay? So if you go to the very end result of Trump derangement and to the very heart and soul of where Orange Man Bad lives, truly, it's Joy Reid on MSNBC. So we must go there, and we must watch what Joy Reid had to say in what can best be described as a clinical, psychotic break on national TV, realizing that over the next 5 months, there's going to be an excruciating and painful collapse of her worldview, of the Biden regime, that nothing but a nightmare awaits her, and that she's got to go get another Trump wig made. You got to go do it. You got to do it. Joy Reid had Trump hair. Can we get that? Can we get that photo of Joy Reid with Trump hair? Joy Reid had Trump hair, and she's going to have to go get it again because Trump's coming back. He's coming back, baby. It's going to be great for comedy. Watch Joy Reid's meltdown.
I, too, was on the phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak. And, I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. President Biden had one job tonight, and it was one primary job. And yes, it was to litigate Donald Trump's, criminality and all of those things. But he had to settle his own party. He needed to settle Democrats. Democrats, they always talk about Democrats are bedwetters and Democrats are always panicking. Yes, Democrats are always panicking. They're always scared, right? They're always thinking they're going to lose. Democrats are very pessimistic. This is just neurotic. Who they are. They're neurotic. But Joe Biden's job was to reassure them tonight. His job was to calm his party, to make them feel that, yes, I can do this. I have 4 more years in me. I have the ability and the stamina and the strength to do 4 more years. He did not do that. He did the opposite of that. He made them more panicked. The people who were texting me were even more panicked. They actually expected it to be better than it was. And now they're in I won't say a full-fledged panic, but it's getting there.
Ooh, baby. Oh, man. All right. So that's what we're hearing from Joy. Joy Reid, if you have Joy Reid down so bad, if Joy Reid's down bad like that, honey, you're cooked. Okay? Boy, you're done. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. I don't know what, I'm not trying to be, use pejoratives here, but Joe Biden went up on stage completely geeked out, more drugged out than I've ever seen in my life of any individual person. And he was, again, he was geeked. And Joe Biden goes wandering up there, and what do you get? You get a strong, confident Trump who's calm the entire time. We did an interview with Laura Trump a few hours ago. Laura Trump's like, Trump's going to be calm, collected, ready to go. We're making a supercut right now, actually, of Trump's best moments. We're knitting it together, guys. So get her done. We're gonna put together, like, we have Donald Trump's best moments being compiled right now. And so we'll show you that, because we started off the show with all of Joe Biden, a series of Joe Biden's massive collapses, and it hasn't ended. Do you want to see what ABC News just had to cut away from Joe Biden? ABC News just had to cut away from Joe Biden at his post-debate rally, because Joe Biden was once again total smooth brain collapse on stage. Joe Biden continued the humiliation and embarrassment, and ABC News was covering it live, and they decided to cut away out of humiliation for Joe Biden. This is remarkable. Again, we're going to move on to the Trump highlights here, because we've shown you how bad Joe Biden did, and that's definitely the takeaway here. Is it Donald Trump's best debate performance? It's definitely in the top 3. Given the stakes, I would say maybe it's the number 1 debate performance. Although it's still hard for me to get over, because you'd be in jail and then putting all Bill Clinton's sexual assault accusers and rape accusers in the front row. Can you ever top that? I don't think you can. I'm not sure it's possible to top that. It's something you'll never get again. So I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to top that moment. However, if you were coming in for a close second, this debate has got to be a close second. Given the stakes, maybe this is Trump's number 1 debate. It is not Joe Biden's number 1 debate. This is bad boy. Okay, so here's Joe Biden after he left the debate stage, after he was dragged off stage. There's this little event that's going on right now, and ABC News decided to cut away out of mercy to Joe Biden.
Look, folks, I shouldn't say this, but my brother always uses lines from movies. There was a famous movie by John Wayne, and he's working for the northern military, trying to get the Apaches back in the reservation. And they were lying like hell to him. And they're all sitting on a bluff. And John Wayne was sitting with 2 Indian, they were Apaches. And one of them looked at John Wayne and said, "These guys are nothing but lying, dog-faced pony soldiers." Except he's just a liar. Look, folks, what's going to happen over the next couple of days is they're going to be out there fact-checking all the things he said. I can't think of one thing he said that was true. No, I'm not being facetious. But look,
so this would seem the strategy. That's the president, obviously the first lady, talking about the fact-checking in the days ahead.
In order to beat him, you're the
president telling his supporters, "I need you," and he does going into November. Certainly after these presidential debates, the first of which we all witnessed here tonight. And Mary, what is the campaign saying? We keep pausing just to listen in for a moment. We understand from the president and from the first lady, this is the message from them will be about the number of lies on that stage from their opponent.
And that is exactly what they are hammering tonight. In fact, I just got a statement in my inbox from a top campaign official. This is their sort of official response on the campaign. And they say that the president presented a positive and winning vision for the future. And they note that Donald Trump, they say, offered a dark and backwards window into what America will look like if he steps.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Great. Good job, guys. Really great job, guys. Okay. So here's what Donald Trump looked like. Okay. Walking in. Hey, Alex, when you wipe the floor with Joe Biden, here's what Donald Trump getting the rowdy welcome. Got some friends in this, in this group. Look at that. They wouldn't let them into the actual debate area. So Laura Trump told us that she was forced to watch from her hotel room earlier, that they wouldn't even let Laura Trump in. Donald Trump's going to win in a landslide, says Bill Ackman, this guy's a billionaire. The country should rally around Trump and help him succeed. Trump didn't expect to win the first time he was elected. As a result, he was unprepared. The lack of preparation and the Russia investigation and ensuing chaos stopped his ability to execute. Now Trump knows he's going to win. So does everybody else. One of my biggest concerns is whether Trump can build a first-class team. So now these billionaires, these left-wing billionaires, are out here saying, like, Trump came across as strong and reasonable and important. Okay, let's just say what Bill Ackman is. Bill Ackman is a left-wing billionaire. He's saying Trump came across as strong and reasonable and important on important issues. He didn't respond to Biden's attacks. Let's bring the country together. And yes, somebody needs to take Democrat leadership behind the woodshed. Look at this guy. This guy has spent his entire life pushing for liberal causes and is, by every measure, like I'm not trying to trying to be a dick, but like Bill Ackman, not a MAGA guy. Whew, baby. Apparently there are meltdowns like crazy. I bet this one's really good from Cenk. Maybe we can try and grab that. Okay, baby, this is good. Kamala Harris loses it. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Here we go. Joe Biden is screwed. Let's look at these headlines. Biden's shaky debate performance has Democrats panicking. From The Atlantic, a debate disaster for Joe Biden. From the New Republic, ditch Biden. The debate performance was a disaster. From The Hill, Joe Biden had a 90-minute senior moment. The debate was really that bad. These are likely Democratic presidential candidates if Biden drops out. Rough debate prompts panic. Ooh, man. It's over. It's over. Goodness gracious. Is this Kamala meltdown? Is this what we had? Is this what we've already played? We did it. We did the debate. Pull the plug. Beep, beep, beep. See ya. Oh man, so much fun. What a great night. And just incredible. Okay. So let's see. I kind of want to see this glorious meltdown. We're gonna have to rip it and load it. Let's do it, boys. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So Cenk is somebody who tried to run for president against Joe Biden. He's with the Young Turks, and I don't know. What do we think about Cenk? He's a bit of a lunatic, but what's the right way to say this? He sees things clearer than most, in the sense that he's pragmatic, and he's been saying that Joe Biden's going to lose for a very long time. And now guys like him and Bill Maher, who've been saying Joe Biden will lose for a long time. Bill Maher grabs his cameras and looks into his audiences. Joe Biden will lose. Joe Biden will lose. Okay? At the very least, you can get there. Most people can't get there. So at the very least, you can get there. Okay, Cenk, let's hear it.
The split screen is killing Biden. Yep. Because he's got his mouth open, he looks confused, doesn't know where he is. He's lost his train of thought at least twice in disastrous shape. Those are gonna be played a billion times in viral video after viral video. This is an epic disaster. I see people online saying, well, okay, that answer wasn't so bad. No, it doesn't. Any particular answer doesn't matter at all. This thing is over. Ooh. He looks like he's barely surviving. I don't mean the debate, I mean life. And so there's no person that has a single brain cell left in their head who thinks that Joe Biden is the best candidate to take on Donald Trump. You would have to be even crazier than Donald Trump to think that. This thing is over. I'll guarantee you this. I would bet show me a Democratic politician and I will bet them any amount of money that Joe Biden's going to lose this election if he's the candidate. It's a guaranteed loss. You're telling me this is the most important election of our lifetimes? You're telling me that democracy's on the line and you're gonna put on a guy who can't even talk, who can't even sit there and look normal. This thing's a bloodbath. He's gonna get annihilated. That is, okay, now the Democrats have to decide. Are they happy to lose? Are they willing to lose? Because this is a guaranteed loss.
This is so much worse than my worst nightmares of what it could be like in every way. The visual stuff is obvious. The staring off, the looking down, it looks terrible. His voice is so utterly weak and feeble. And honestly, that immediately hits you when you see him, but what he says and what he doesn't say on the most important core issues of the election are even worse. Trump won on abortion in the debate. Trump comes out of the January 6th stuff looking fine. He comes out of the criminal conviction stuff looking fine. Joe Biden looks worse on democracy after that. He looks worse on criminality after that.
That is a meltdown for the ages. Oh my gosh, I can see why this is all across everyone's social media feed. You see what I mean, though, by like pragmatic? Like these guys want to, instead of like, whistling Dixie, okay, and acting like there's nothing wrong, these guys actually want to win, quote unquote. And so they're trying to push for something to win. They're pragmatic. Like they're people you can deal with. There's gonna be a bunch of like, Joe Biden won the debate. There's gonna be like a bunch of those takes, right? From like the people who are true cultists, true legitimate cultists. However, like I gotta tell you, there are some breaks. There are some breaks in this dam. So here you have arguably the most progressive. I mean, is this the right way to say it? Like, I know a lot of people, I'm looking at the chat right now, a lot of people don't like Cenk. I get it. But this is like inarguably the most progressive channel on YouTube. One of the most progressive channels on YouTube. And they're saying the election is over, Trump has already won the election, is what they're saying. That Biden was leering and hawking and mouth breathing and sharting, and you could hear it. You could hear it. We'll replay you the clip, but you can hear like this horrible noise in the middle of the debate. It's awful. Speaking of a horrible noise, I'm very sorry to have to play you Chris Wallace, but it is worth listening to Chris Wallace because I can't believe I just said that. I'm so sorry that I just said that. I shouldn't ever say it. It's never worth listening to Chris Wallace, but in this clip, in this specific clip only, given what we're talking about tonight, which is the nightmare that is what just happened on live TV, Chris Wallace, the guy who rigged the debate and was super proud of it for Donald Trump, against Donald Trump, for Joe Biden, last time they were on the debate stage with Donald Trump. You remember Chris Wallace wouldn't let Donald Trump answer questions, would interject, would fact check Donald Trump, and would generally behave like a complete dick. Have a listen to what Chris Wallace has to say about his best friend, his swamp butt buddy, Joe Biden. I mean, I can't believe what just came out of the dude's mouth. Listen to this.
That is a watch party. That's live right now. Joe Biden is joining her at the watch party she was at in Atlanta. Obviously, a response that does not match what seems to be the broader response. They're cheering for him right there, as you can see.
Do we want to watch that, or
no? We don't have to.
Okay, we're not. Anyway, I was just going to say that the two of them decided after November of 2022 that he was going to seek the presidency when there were so many people who thought he should have turned it over to a new generation, and this has been, quite frankly, a car accident in slow motion that we've seen over and building and questioning it. And, as has been pointed out, Joe Biden sought this debate at this remarkably early time because he knew he was losing and he needed to change the narrative. Yep. And he did change the narrative. He sunk his campaign tonight.
Son, what is happening? Did you just hear Chris Wallace say that Joe Biden sunk his campaign, that Joe Biden was a car wreck? Did you just hear that? That's what the man just said. We have played cringe clip after cringe clip after cringe clip of Chris Wallace, and I'm not about to tell you that Chris Wallace is awesome now or that we're fans of Chris Wallace. We're not. I am. My breath is gone. I've lost my breath. My breath has been taken away over the fact that these people can be actually honest about what just happened. Because what Chris Wallace said there was honest, and I haven't heard these people ever be honest in my life. And so Chris Wallace is being honest about what happened, saying that it's a car wreck. Listen to this last part. Again, this is Chris Wallace, a man who was on TV bragging just this morning about how he tanked how he tanked Donald Trump's poll numbers against Joe Biden in 2020. He said, after my debate, Donald Trump sunk 5 points in the polls and he never recovered. And he was so proud of that, okay? This is how bought and sold this dude is. Listen to what he just said.
As has been pointed out, Joe Biden sought this debate at this remarkably early time because he knew he was losing and he needed to change the narrative. Yep. And he did change the narrative. He sunk his campaign tonight.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. Okay, well, presumably Joe Biden's vice president can come through, maybe, over the top. She doesn't have dementia, right? She's in the, I don't know how old Kamala Harris is, but she's in her 50s, maybe, 50s. The old power gobbler, we call her, Kamala Harris. Got the old gobble. And Kamala Harris was on TV, and everybody is posting this impressive clip because, it's just the entire Biden campaign is doing so well tonight. Apparently, Kamala Harris had a meltdown for the ages. I haven't watched this clip. Let's watch it together.
Point that you're making about a 1.5 hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
But
whether
is that
it be
the man
infrastructure,
who we
the
saw
former
on the
guy,
stage
the other
tonight,
guy,
is that the
other
person
guy
you
on
see
the
in
debate
meetings every day?
stage, the person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office.
Up until today. Lady, English, do you speak it? What's the line out of Rush Hour? English, do you speak English? It's like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. English. So Joe Biden, up until today, was great.
The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office.
Up until today. Oh, man, baby. He's cooked. You'll know this guy. His name's Chuck Todd.
The things was with other
Let me start here. Just let me give me a second, Chuck. You'll know Chuck Todd, right? He's called Sleepy Eyes Chuck Todd. Again, these people have spent the better part of the last 6 years debasing themselves, changing Joe Biden's diapers, sucking on his syphilitic toes, looking the other way, Ashley Biden, showers, all of it, doing everything they can to carry, not just carry water. I mean, I'm talking like carry Joe Biden on their backs. And this guy was like the #1 Sherpa, all right? This guy got Joe Biden up to Mount Everest. This was Mr. like Meet the Press, Chuck Todd. He was, in command of such a high position in Washington, D.C. press circles. So to listen to Chuck Todd say that Joe Biden, the man who he has like physically, Empire Strikes Back. Remember when like Luke Skywalker's training and he has Yoda on his back, right? And little Yoda's like in a little backpack, and Luke Skywalker has to like heft Yoda around the whole time. All right, this is what this man, this like creepy, weird, balding man did for Joe Biden. Just put Joe Biden on his back, bag of bones, carry him up the hill. Okay, gotta get up the hill. This guy has carried so much for Joe Biden. To listen to this man, which you are about to hear, have a apoplectic crisis, okay? And to say Joe Biden's finished. Joe Biden's done. Joe Biden just tanked the debate, and there's no coming back. Like put all this together. It's one thing to have Joy Reid, come out there, and she's just so unimpressive, okay? And is just like the lowest common denominator, all right, when it comes to the press. And she's so stupid. But it's a whole totally different thing when guys like Chuck Todd, who's like built these little fiefdoms, these little empires, come out and say something like this. Okay, get a load of this.
One of the things was, would either candidate look like the caricature that the other campaign has been trying to paint of him? And at the end of the day, Joe Biden looks like the caricature that conservative media has been painting. And there were no clips tonight, right? This was, you saw it before your eyes. Look, I don't want to just tell you what I think here, Tom. I've been talking to a lot of leaders in the Democratic Party, electeds, coalition leaders. There's a full-on panic about this performance. Not like, oh, this is recoverable. It is more of a, okay, he's got to step aside. There's a lot of that chatter. This is about as bad of a performance in order to that Biden could have delivered if his goal was to try to sort of calm the waters among Democrats. I mean, look, there was.
He's got to step aside. That's what they're saying. That's what they're all saying. Okay, I could do this all. We could do this all night. One more clip from CNN, because I just can't help myself. You got to see this, man. You got to see this from CNN. Aaron Burnett being like, again, I'm just going to go through all of these people, because what you're seeing is Hillary Clinton 2016 playing out in real time, and it's something we shouldn't miss. Aaron Burnett saying it's over. Donald Trump will win.
6 days of preparation at Camp David.
More than that.
And they know the
It was
rules.
more than a week.
Okay, so more than a week. They know the rules. He practices with the mics. He knows every one of these questions is coming. And yet he couldn't fill the time. Now, I just want to, let's see what the White House is saying. Sources close to the White House are saying he had a cold, wasn't feeling well. I mean, as you would expect, that came out early on in the debate. But what accounts for someone with so much experience doing so much preparation and this being the outcome?
Honestly, I think the question answers itself. He wasn't capable of doing any better than he did.
Oh, man. Bro. They're cooked. They're finished. Look at this. You got Stephen A. Smith up here. You know Stephen A. Smith, right? Like the identity politics, his hysterical CNN anchor who's always screaming and yelling. So do y'all finally want to stop arguing with me about Biden? Have your fears been confirmed? Hey, Michelle Obama. Hey, VP. Somebody, please help. Biden's team wanted this. His staff, his loved ones. How can you put him out there like that? How could you? Wait for the round of headlines about like Joe Biden and his loved ones, and they're gonna come for us, and they're gonna say like, oh, how dare you, say these kind of things about Joe Biden's family. Here's Stephen A. Smith saying Joe Biden's family is committing elder abuse. That's what this means. Joe Biden's family is committing elder abuse. Vivek Ramaswamy. What we witnessed tonight is not an accident. It was intentional. Brace yourself for a wild 5 months ahead. Ooh, baby. What's it going to look like? This was a cool photo, just, approach to nothing. Here's Byron Donalds jumping, levitating to give a fist bump to Vivek. We had this energy, okay? We had this energy, and Democrats had this energy.
Talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
But
whether
is that
it be
the man
infrastructure,
who we
the
saw
former
on the
guy,
stage
the other
tonight,
guy,
is that
the other
person
guy
you
on
see
the
in
debate
meetings every day?
stage, the person that you saw on the debate stage that has for the last 3.5 years up until today.
It's the lady. English. Do you speak it? English. Do you speak it? This is good. This is very good from ALX. Do you speak in English? All right. How about numbers? Do you understand numbers? Who won the debate? This is the Debate Watcher poll conducted. The first poll. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Did Donald Trump just break right along Nate Silver's lines? Did Trump just break directly along the lines of what Nate Silver predicted, where it would be Donald Trump 67%, Biden 33%? It's a sign. It's a sign. We are living through. Let's see if Vivek has anything else to say. They didn't drug up Biden. They lobotomized him instead. Okay. Good. Are they going to pick Vivek for the VP? Who knows? Vivek, though, going through and saying they're doing this. The fact that anyone is shocked that Biden's brain-dead performance tonight, scathing indictment of the media, which has gone lengths to cover up this fact for the public. They didn't drug up Biden. They lobotomized him. Yes, that's exactly right. The only time Biden came remotely close to life in the debate is when he's talking about Trump conviction in January 6th. It turns out he doesn't give a damn about anything Americans care about. I shall not seek and will not accept the nomination for your president. The 1968 moment is coming. Joe Biden is a new Lyndon Johnson. I got to tell you, they should use the commercial break to swap the real Democratic nominee. I got to tell you, Vivek's a smart dude, and he's been a friend of us for a long time, and he's done a lot of live events with us. He's been live on this channel a bunch of times. We're a big fan. Vivek. There's one thing that he's been very consistent in, and he said they are going to swap out Joe Biden. He's been saying this for the better part of a year to us, and he's saying that it's coming. They're gonna swap out Joe Biden, is what Vivek says. Okay, so Nate Silver's forecast breaking right along those lines. Election probability. There you go. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat for you. It's hard to believe that this is a real photo. Oh man, there's so much to get to. Oh man, this was Joe Biden in an elevator with like a Biden beer, I guess. This is like a Joe Biden beer. Who holds a can like that? What do you do? Who holds a can like that? Are you opening an oyster? Like what? Like do you have some type of degenerative disease? Yeah, of course you do. That's why you hold a can like that. No human in history has ever held a beer can like that. Who does it? Nobody. Maybe he drank that beer and he drank it hard, and that's why Joe Biden behaved the way that he did. We're not exactly certain why he did, but here's what we know. We know it was glorious. And it was something incredible to watch. And we have Donald Trump's best moments from the debate. We can't just talk about like how bad Joe Biden did. We have to talk about how good Trump did, because Trump did an incredible job. I'll say it. Trump's my all-time favorite Trump debate performance, without question. I know he brought all the Bill Clinton rape accusers to the last one, and that was really fun. That was hilarious. And he said, because you'd be in jail to Hillary Clinton. But the stakes have never been higher. And Donald Trump had never, I don't think there's ever been a moment where Trump really needed to meet that moment, because he has been our president before. And Donald Trump did an incredible job. And we have put together a compilation of Donald Trump doing an absolutely incredible job tonight. And you should see it. You should see it along with all of course, the disaster for Joe Biden. But the other side of this is Donald Trump did an amazing, amazing job. And that needs to be stated. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump just mogging Joe Biden on the stage.
I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. That he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn.
Let's not act like children. And what he's done to the black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. We can't, in the 1990s, we can't forget that. Super predators was his name, and he called it to them for 10, and they've taken great offense at it, and now they see it happening. Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done.
Yes.
He's done horrible things. All
Yes.
of the death caused at the border. Telling the Ukrainian people that we're going to want $1 billion or you change the prosecutor. Otherwise, you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo. We have polling. We have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me. I'll show you. I will show you. And they rate me one of the best. OK, and if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. What they've done to some people that are so innocent. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. What you have done, how you've destroyed the lives of so many people. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history. Found out about these cases because they understand it better than he does. He has no idea what these cases are. But when they found out about these cases, you know what they did? My poll numbers went up, way up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of any campaign. I don't think any campaign has ever taken. Hundreds of millions of dollars came pouring in because the public knows it's a scam and it's a guy that's after his political opponent because he can't win fair and square. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby, meaning we'll kill the baby. What happened is we brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing. Joe, our country is being destroyed as you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. He just said about me because I said it. But look, he's the worst president in the history of our country. He's destroyed our country. And because of his ridiculous, insane, and very stupid policies, people are coming in and they're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen. We call it migrant crime. I call it Biden migrant crime. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before. And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country. They don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent, all of the things he's done. We've become like a third world nation, and it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country. And I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our country. Said we killed 3 people. The people we killed are al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, the 2 greatest terrorists, biggest terrorists anywhere in the world. And it had a huge impact on everything, not just border, on everything. He's the one that killed people with the bad water, including hundreds of thousands of people dying, and also killing our citizens when they come in. We are living right now in a rat's nest. They're killing our people in New York, in California, in every state in the union, because we don't have borders anymore. Every state is now a border.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare. We gave him something great. Remember, more people died under his administration, even though we had largely fixed it. More people died under his administration than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it, something which a lot of people don't like to talk about. But he had far more people dying in his administration. He did the mandate, which is a disaster, mandating it. The vaccine went out. He did a mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine. And he did a very poor job, just a very poor job.
How will you ensure that that doesn't drive prices even higher?
It's not going to drive them higher. It's just going to cost countries that have been ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China.
That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He is the worst in history by far.
Thank you, President Trump.
The Unselect Committee, which is basically 2 horrible Republicans that are all gone now, out of office, and Democrats, all Democrats, they destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President.
So strong. Unbelievably strong. I just look at these numbers. Look at this rolling in. Look at this rolling in. It's 12:30 a.m. my time, but we just can't help ourselves. We're not going to miss these moments. We're just not. We will not miss these moments. CNN poll. Who won the debate? First debate in 2020. Joe Biden 60%. Donald Trump 28%. Okay, that's pretty bad for Donald Trump. I didn't know it was that bad. First debate in 2024. Donald Trump 67%. Joe Biden mogged. Net 66 point swing for Trump. That's bad. That's bad. Look at this photo. The Trump campaign tweeting, "Go home to mommy." Dude. Oh no. Oh no. Joe Biden being unable to do the mini step here. Jill Biden having to shepherd him. And look at all the handlers. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Maria Shriver, Maria Shriver, she's like a Kennedy, right? She's a Shriver. She's pretty famous. She's probably got 2 million followers on X. She's a big time Democrat, right? She's like a Kennedy. Okay, it's Maria Shriver. She's a Kennedy. She married into the Kennedy family, something like that. Listen to this. I love Biden. I know he's a good man. I know his heart is good. I know he's dedicated to our country and blah, blah, blah. Tonight was heartbreaking in many ways. This is a big political moment. There's panic in the Democrat Party. It's going to be a long night. Dude. It's like, oh man, it's like they just don't know. They're such emotionally unstable people. They just don't know how to handle this. They don't know how to handle like the understanding that Donald Trump is coming back, that this is going to be your president. It's going to be your president. Something we haven't covered yet. And then he said women are being raped by their sisters. Joe Biden, I don't think we have the clip, but Joe Biden said that women are being raped by their brothers and their sisters and getting pregnant. So yeah, great job. This was before the debate. Who do you think would win before the debate? 45-55. Still Trump advantage, but only a 10-point advantage. After the debate, oh boy, a 35-point advantage for Donald Trump. Not good. These are not good numbers. These are very bad. This is bad. They're bad. just such a nightmare. Oh man. Oh boy. So much. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the shot of the night. All right. You want to know the shot of the night? Here we go. Paid DNC shills. How are you going to debase yourself and spin this? This is the prediction markets that predict, obviously, where the election is going to go. Red means Republican, blue means Democrat. This date right here happens to be the debate. This happens to be the start of the debate. You can see things kind of narrowing, kind of getting close, a little close here, right? Closer. And now, whoosh. Look at this. It's like Enron stock. Joe Biden's like the Enron stock. And Donald Trump is Tesla. This is the only thing you need to walk away from tonight with. That's it. Holy moly. And then all of the clips of everyone just panicking. We're done. They're done. Do we have? Okay. We do have the Joe Biden rape brothers and sisters. Okay, here we go. So these are the betting markets. Oh boy, Gavin Newsom going up. Joe Biden is collapsing, and it's not going to be great. What do we got here? Oh yeah, Joe Biden stops at an Atlanta Waffle House. Okay, and Joe Biden says, "Do you have any concerns about your debate performance?" No, it's hard to debate a liar. Oh, got it. That'll work. That'll work for you. Listen, so he's going to try and pull a Trump here. So he tried to pull the Trump. Try to pull the Trump here and go to like a local like a local Waffle House, or like Trump went to Chick-fil-A in Atlanta. That's embarrassing. All right, guys.
How did you perform tonight? I think you did well. Do you have any concerns there?
How is he still moving?
You should out that you're not fit for the job, your voice, your performance tonight. Do you have any concerns about your performance?
No. Nope. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's gonna be very, very hard to watch them try and spin this. Joe Biden saying that people are getting raped and impregnated by their sisters. Okay, so we got one more Kamala cringe for you, and that'll be it for the night. Then we are all full up on cringe. Okay, here we go. ALX sent it.
People on that debate stage, only one of them has the endorsement of his vice president. And let's not forget that. Let's not forget that.
Very awkward.
Very awkward. I don't think you know what that means. I don't think you know what you're actually saying. I don't think you know what do you actually mean when you say that, when you say those words. Do you speak English? Yeah. It's perfect. Look at this. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy. Joe Biden can't even do a stare by himself. Oh, it's so bad. All right, we're gonna play you the meltdown of the night. Everybody loved this clip, so we're gonna sign off with this clip. This will be our clip that we play to sign off for the evening. I've said it during this broadcast, and I'll say it again. CNN, insane move. Bullied us into not being live by threatening all of our channels, a bunch of channels, left-wing channels, right-wing channels, like Megyn Kelly, Charlie Kirk, Midas Touch is like this lib channel, right? That would have been live streaming. Same with the Young Turks would have been live streaming. All these channels, right? They didn't do it. They did it, and it'll never happen again. Never happen again. We're never going to miss a moment again. That's why we've done an hour and 15 minutes right now at midnight, because we're never going to miss a moment again. And that you have my promise. This was an interesting moment. Trust me. Nobody quite knew how to handle it. CNN is complete, total pricks. It's not ever going to happen again. Ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. The clip of the night. You're going to love it. Clip of the night. This is the farthest left-wing commentator, arguably, that exists on YouTube. His name is Cenk, and he is from the Young Turks. And if you want some delicious panic, to pour into your coffee in the morning, then make sure you just get this distilled. All right, just get this one distilled. This is the end. This is the end. And it's so special. I'm not trying to be overconfident here. We're going to work like hell, but I'm telling you, we will win. I'm telling you, we will win. All right. Enjoy this final little panic for the evening. We deserve it. You deserve it. We deserve it. Here we go.
The whole time the split screen is killing Biden. Yep. Because he's got his mouth open. He looks confused, doesn't know where he is. He's lost his train of thought at least twice in like disastrous shape. Those are going to be played 1 billion times in viral video after viral video. This is an epic disaster. I see people online saying, well, okay, that answer wasn't so bad. No, it doesn't. Any particular answer doesn't matter at all. This thing is over. He looks like he's barely surviving. I don't mean the debate, I mean life. And so there's no person that has a single brain cell left in their head who thinks that Joe Biden is the best candidate to take on Donald Trump. You would have to be even crazier than Donald Trump to think that. This thing is over. I'll guarantee you this. I would bet show me a Democratic politician and I will bet them any amount of money that Joe Biden's going to lose this election if he's the candidate. It's a guaranteed loss. You're telling me this is the most important election of our lifetimes? You're telling me that democracy's on the line and you're going to put on a guy who can't even talk, who can't even sit there and look normal. This thing's a bloodbath. He's going to get annihilated. That is, okay, Now the Democrats have to decide. Are they happy to lose? Are they willing to lose? Because this is a guaranteed loss.
This is so much worse than my worst nightmares of what it could be like in every way. The visual stuff is obvious. The staring off, the looking down, it looks terrible. His voice is so utterly weak and feeble. And honestly, like that immediately hits you when you see him, but what he says and what he doesn't say on the most important core issues of the election are even worse. Trump won on abortion in the debate. Trump comes out of the January 6th stuff looking fine. He comes out of the criminal conviction stuff looking fine. Joe Biden looks worse on democracy after that. He looks worse on criminality after that.